Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Let me give you a quick recap about what we learned in our previous session. In our previous session, we learned about making of a curved boundary line, applying furniture system, applying plumbing system, adjusting boundary height, using tile command and creation of a roof. With this, let's begin with our guidance session.
Okay, so let's move forward. I will show you how to apply materials now. Okay, let's just recheck what things we have already covered till now. We have covered all these things. I'll show you how to do element profiles, then materials, then massing and site. Okay, first of all, I'll show you how to change elements. Okay, so now suppose there is this wall. Okay, I want to change the face of wall. So I can go to edit profile and hidden line is a better option for me while I come to editing the wall profiles. Now I can see this wall profile is a big rectangle. If I want to make a small hole for suppose for electrical cables which are coming from outside the house, so I can go to circle and create a small circle here. So this will create a hole in the wall. I'll press right. So there will be this hole in the wall through which we can pass all the electrical systems. Also, if I want to change the design of a wall, then I can do that by this edit profile. For example, in this wall, for example, I don't want this. I want to change its profile. For example, I want to make it a curved wall. Okay, so that I can do while making the wall. Suppose I want to create a curved wall here, or suppose a big water tank, for example. So I'll go to wall, I'll select circle, I'll go to the top of this. Yes, I can't see it. Okay. Someone has turned on his camera, I guess. Okay. Now I'll go to the roof. Okay. I'll go to wall. I'll select the circle and then. So now if we'll go to the 3D view, we can see this circular wall. For more precise, I'll go to the realistic view. And this is how I can create a curved wall. Okay. Let's just delete it. These are the different type of profiles on which you can work. For example, I want some air circulation in this. So I'll select this wall profile, this one. I'll edit profile. Go to the front view. And I'll make some small gaps. Like this. So I can see there are some gaps which are already made in the wall for some air circulation purpose. Okay. Now we will see how to apply materials. So first of all, to create, we will get a lot of materials in Revit library. So for that we'll go to the manage tab. We'll go to this materials panel, and then you will find a lot of materials which are already preloaded. So you will get this material browser. Here, when you will drop down this home, you will get Autodesk materials and AEC materials. Okay. For example, I want to apply a type of concrete here. Suppose GFRC. Okay. So I'll upload it in this project materials, click OK. Then I'll go to modify panel. Then there is this option paint. So I can paint that material here. When I'll press this, a small material browser will enter on the left, will open on the left side of my window. Then I have to type GFRC, the material I want to paint here. I'll click this and click on the wall. I'm not dragging and dropping it. I just have to click it, release the click, and then click the wall on which I want to paint this material. Okay. I'm not dragging and dropping it. This is what you have to remember. You can also drag and drop. No, you cannot. Okay. Clicking is the way to paint that material on the walls. Okay. This is one method. Now there are different methods. Now second, I'll show you how to create your own material. This is very important because there are sometimes you don't want the materials which are already present in the library, or it might be possible that those materials are obsolete. Now there are different new type of materials in the market. So what you have to do is go to materials panel. Then there you will find this create and duplicate materials. Here you will get create new material. Okay. So your new material is already created, default new material. First of all, right click and rename it to the material you want to. For example, material material 1. Okay. Now, what material I want here? For example, I have this Revit library in which I have different type of materials. Suppose texture library. I want to create one texture which I want to put on my wall. For example, this one, burnt charcoal proof. Okay. So now what I have to do is go to the Revit on material library, create a new material, rename it, which we already did. So I'll just go to that material 1. I think it was here only. Okay, never mind. We'll create a new one. Rename it material 2, and then we'll go to appearance tab, and in this image option we'll click. It will automatically open a big window. In that we have to go to desktop and Revit, or wherever you have copied that image. Go to texture library, texture, wallpaper maybe, or whichever texture you want. You have you can download it from Google Images, for example. Elevation texture, I'll create extra large image. Suppose this one, I'll select open, and now we have this material already created. I'll select apply and click OK. Now I'll again go to modify panel, go to paint, this material 2, and I'll apply it here. Now as you can see, material very small. So for that we have to adjust its scale. Okay. So to adjust its scale, we'll go to manage materials, appearance. Then you have this. You'll double click on this. Okay, when you will double click on this, it will create another dialog box of how much you want the scale of your material, like this. So in this, you can either create an offset, or you can increase the scale size. Suppose I want to increase it to 5 feet, and then if you link this, its height and width will be linked. Okay, and I'll click done and apply. So after applying, you can see that the scale of your material has been readjusted. So now it looks more realistic. Okay, so you can do this. You can create your own materials. You can download whichever template you like from Google or wherever, whichever search engine you want, and then create your own material. Okay, then there is this third option to create a material. For example, this wall, I want to change its material. Now what happens is, if I paint this wall, then only the face on which I have applied the paint will be painted. All other faces of that wall are not painted, like this one. The material hasn't been applied to this. Only the front face on which I have applied that paint will be painted. So now if I want all the four, either I have to again and again uh, paint all the faces. Like I have to paint this face too, then again this face also. That is a bit lengthy option. So if I want wall to be monolithic and all the faces to be painted in or changed in the single material, I'll select the wall. I'll go to type, I'll go to edit, and I'll apply a material by category. For example, this material too. But in this process, all the walls which have the same wall type, for example, all the walls which I have created as generic 200 mm, all those walls will be changed. As you can see here, all the walls which have same type, for example, these walls were different, so these walls materials hasn't been changed. We have changed the property of a type of wall, so all the walls which are created with that type will be changed. Okay, I'll just undo it. I'll remove the paints. And that's it. That's how we apply materials. Now we will move forward to massing and side panels. Okay, so we have this tab called massing and side. What it does is, it can create a mass in place. So if I select this in place mass, name the mass mass 1, I can create a type of mass here which can be of any shape, and I can mold it to any other shape. For example, I have created a rectangle here. Okay, then I have created a circle in the middle of it. Okay, then I have to finish mass. But since the mass has no geometry yet, we haven't provided it with any geometry, I'll select it, I'll edit in place, I'll select this and this, I'll create a solid form in between that. For example, for that I want to create a solid form, so and create this 3D. This is just like we can do in AutoCAD 3D. Okay, for example, if I delete this circle, I'll select this whole rectangle, create a form, then it will create a 3D form. Now we can each face you can, or each boundary line we can move. For example, I have selected this face, and along this axis I want to move it, so it will move in this axis. If I want only to move this edge, so I can move this edge too, like this. So you can create a number of things with this mass. You can make different type of buildings like this. You can create all those things which are not possible through a simple wall or command, different type of commands. For example, I want to only move this vortex, and I can do it with this option. Then this will look something like this. Now this is a mass, so I will, to change this, I will go to create. First of all, I'll finish the mass. Okay, I'll go to massing and site. I'll see I can provide wall, roof, floor, everything to this mass. If I'll go to wall option, I'll select a wall from here. For example, I have selected generic 200 mm. Whenever I'll hover over to a face, it will directly create a wall on that, like this, like this. So these 4 walls are created. Now if you want to create these walls through normal method which we were doing till now, you cannot give them this type of angles. This can only be done through massing and site option. Okay, and when you'll go to the plan, you can see that these are the walls which we have created. After creating the walls, if you don't want the mass to be visible, you can even, or any component, if you don't want it to be visible, you can select the mass. For that you have to select the whole thing, go to the filter, check none, go to the mass, apply, and OK. Now the mass, only the mass is selected, right click, hide it in the view. So the mass will be hidden, and now only the 4 walls which we have created will be visible in our plan. Okay. So this is how you can create a mass and apply walls to it. Now if I again want to see the thing which I have already kept hidden, I can go to this bulb option, and then all the pink things will be the ones which I have already hidden. So I can again right click it, unhide elements, and then again I'll close the bulb. So this mask will again be available. Okay. For example, if I want to add floors, okay, for that I have to again make a in place mask, go to the top view, create a mask. Suppose for let's make a circular mask this time. Create form. Now it will ask 2 types of form. If you want to keep it spherical or cylindrical, I want it cylindrical. So this is how it will be made. I'll increase the height of that. I'll go to the floors. I'll apply 4 floors in the mask floors, and whichever floor you want. Suppose on the floor FF, I want a floor. On the floor GF, I want. On the floor roof, I want. And on the, okay, that's it. I'll click OK. So it has already created 3 floors according to that mask. Now if I delete or hide the mask, I can only see the floors which I have created. Also, I can select all these floors, and I can change the type of floors if I want. From the drop down menu. If I want a generic 300 mm floor, I can select a generic 300 mm floor. Okay. There is one more thing you can do with the mask. Let's delete the floors first. Suppose I've selected this mask, okay, and increase its height. Now I want this mass to change its orientation. So I'll select this top uh, topmost level. I'll go to the rotate option, this one. I'll rotate it at, for example, 15 degrees. And now if I'll see, my mass has been rotated. If I rotate it more, I can see that the shape of the building has changed, because the base floor is the base boundaries are the same, but the top wall boundaries are rotated. Now I can make different type of rotations and change the shapes of buildings like this. You might have seen a lot of commercial buildings of different type of shapes, and imagine how they are designed. So all those things are done by massing in site. Okay, so I'll just quickly delete this mass. Okay, now in the massing in site there is one more thing called site components. Now generally this is a step which I take at the most last point of the project, because in this, when we apply different type of site components, your PC should be either very high graphics or very high, it has a very high amount of RAM, more than 8 GB, because it might, your software might get sluggish after you add site components. That I'll show you. Okay, now I again want to tell you a different type of wall which we might have missed while studying wall. There is this type of wall called curtain wall, which are generally used in commercial structures. Okay, so you can also make them through this option. You have to select wall, go to curtain wall, create a curtain wall from here to here, and then you will go to the 3D view. You can see we have created a glass wall, which you can see in a lot of commercial projects. Okay, so in this curtain wall which you have made, you can provide, there are two types. First of all, curtain grids you can provide like this. So we have already applied the grids to it, because you cannot make a whole big panel and attach it there. You have some standard size panels, so you have to create grids according to those panels, and then you can provide mullions, which are the boundaries. If you look closely, these mullions are provided at the boundaries of the, or in the grids of panels like this. So you can create a glass wall. Okay, I'll again filter it out. I'll select curtain panel, curtain wall, curtain mullions, and I'll delete them. Okay, so this is how you can make curtain walls. Now we will move forward. We will move forward to extrusion, revolve, and sweep commands. So in component section, now as we had a doubt, if I don't want to make that component as a table 4-legged one, can I make a 2-legged? Yes, definitely you can. You have to go in modeling place. Okay, then you have to select a generic model or whichever thing you are making. So for example, I'm making a table. So table we don't have, so I'll go to the generic model. I'll rename it as a table. Select OK. I'll go to the plinth level where I want to create it. I will go to create, and then you'll find this type of options which you might have seen in AutoCAD, like extrusion, blend, revolve, sweep, and void forms. So if you go to extrusion, it will do something almost as similar to the mass which we have created. You can create an extrusion, you can adjust its height like this. Okay, now if I want to make a table, what I will do is create an extrusion and then select, then I'll again create another extrusion for the legs. For example, we will take rectangular legs only, like this, and then I'll select this, and I'll, first of all, there is this option mirror image, so you can select an axis and your image will be mirrored over that axis. Now I'll again select this, I'll select the mirror image, I'll again mirror all those things, and then I'll click right, and then I'll go to 3D view, and I will be able to see, first of all, my tabletop, and then my 4 legs. So this is how I can create my own table. Now I can select, I can apply materials to this, I can apply a different material to this. Here in the extrusion, you can directly apply your material from the properties panel. We'll go to material by category. If I'll apply wood shape, select OK, and that's it. The materials has been applied to the table. And in the legs, I'll go to category, I'll apply a material, click OK. Then our legs are also, materials is applied to the legs. Okay, so this is how we can model something in place. So you can make all type of equipments, like you can even model your own shape of bathtubs, you can model your own furniture equipments, you can model TV tops, you can model your own cabinets, you can model different type of furniture sets. You can do that. This modeling place is a lot of used in kitchen interiors. There you have to make your own modular shaped kitchen. So there you can use all these types. Okay.
If you like the video, press the like button and share it with your friends. And for more such informative content, please press the bell icon and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you.